Here is a defense of the divinity of Christ. Enemies of God have, for years, ridiculed his virginal birth from a mother, reducing him to be less in stature than the first man Adam. Their faulty logic is this: Adam is created without a mother and without a father, while Christ was born of a human mother but not a human father. And since Adam's creation was with a less number of parents, then it's more miraculous than Christ's, and, hence, Adam has a higher spiritual stature than the Christian God incarnate Jesus Christ. To refute this ridiculous statement, one would ask, if one takes a pen, a bicycle, a car, and an airplane into space, and then drops them off from the highest point where Earth's gravity is felt, which one would reach Earth first? The answer is that they would all reach Earth at the same time, even if you included to the list a cruise ship, the Pyramid of Giza, or even Mount Everest itself. This is because the Earth is so great in mass and gravitational pull that the relative weight and mass of the objects to each other, being pulled to the Earth, is irrelevant. The relative mass of each object has, to the next, is negligible when we are dealing with the relative object's mass proportional to the Earth. What matters is the mass of the object relative to the Earth, making each one receive the same gravitational pull, for all to reach the Earth at the same time. How does that illustrative example relate to that blasphemous statement that mocks and belittles the incarnated deity? Well, God is so powerful that it does not matter the number of parents one has to make the miracle greater and more miraculous. The number of parents being few or more doesn't make the miracle more difficult or challenging for the Lord to work. The more the number of parents one has, neither increases or decreases the greatness of the miracle of creation, as it does not make it more challenging or difficult for God. It is just as easy yet great of a miracle God can work. Same thing for the other opposite. The less the number or even the absence of parents doesn't increase or decrease the degree of greatness of the miracle of creation that God can work. It doesn't make it more challenging or difficult for God. If God created a species with 10 different genders/sexes, and they all contributed with bodily fluids to procreate one baby, it would be just as easy for God to do his part in the creation process with 10 different parents of different sexes, with the miracle of creation having the same degree of miraculousness. Saying that the number of parents has any effect of the greatness of the miracle of creation makes one believe that parents are partners of God who makes the process of creation easier for him. This is blasphemous in Christianity. The issue of greatness, then, relates to the reason of the number of parents, not the number of parents itself. Adam was created from the earth because he was the first human. Eve could have been created from the earth, but God created her from Adam. This does not make her great. Why would it be the case? As far as Christ, the greatness does relate to the reason why he has a mother and not a human father, and not the fact he has a human mother and not a human father. I am not even delving in the issue of him being one being with the divine Heavenly Father. I am only refuting the reasoning that the number of human parents determines the greatness of the offspring. You see, before Adam and Eve sinned and ate from the tree, they were so pure, and didn't know about the concept of sin, let alone understand it. But when they sinned, their nature changed and got corrupted, and this corruptibility was transferred to their progeny until this day. Contrary to some popular belief, everyone, including prophets, have free will, are capable of sinning, and do sin, except for Christ, that is. Let's find out why. Sin entered through one man and one woman. Christ was born without a human father. That's one half of the problem solved. He chose a virgin and created for himself a human soul, as well a human body from her body. But what about ability to sin? Whether carnal lust and fornication, or spiritual arrogance, that she can pass along hereditarily through Christ? God forbid that I say the Blessed Mother was carnal or arrogant. A great, strong and noble soul is able to subdue its human nature. Yet, the ability and invitation to sin are always there. It's a matter of how one responds. If Christ were able to be arrogant, or have a carnal shameful lust, both his human spirit and his physical body wouldn't stand the holiness of his divine spirit and essence. Ask anyone, of any religion, who believes in the story of Moses when God appeared to him on the mountain. What happened to the mountain? Some books say it was crushed. In short, if Christ had the ability to sin, his humanity, both the physical body and the human spirit, would be obliterated by the purity of the divinity. How would Christ be able to be born in this world? Well, ask any non-Christian who believes in the virginal birth of Christ, about the Virgin Mary. She was, and I quote, chosen and purified and chosen among the women of the earth. Why is that? Is there another prophet through all ages, past, present, or future, that needs to have his mother purified? The answer is no. Why then, is he the only person in all humanity whose mother had to be purified to give birth to him? Why, force, for the second person of the divinity to be able to condescend and be incarnated from her body, by taking an ovum, without obliterating her? Who is greater than Adam, who disobeyed God and ate from a tree and through him sin entered the world? Or is it Christ, the second person of the divinity, being always in the Father without beginning, who lowered himself to become a human being on earth, then ascribed to himself and gave himself, in the hereafter, the glory of the Father, when the Father said that he does not give his glory to another? Christ, that divine being that had to have his mother purified, and had to have no father, to create for himself a human body, to live as a human being? Brothers and sisters, since the issue of the divinity of Christ is crucial for salvation, we exclude this video from copyrights, and we hereby give you permission to download, translate, share, and even post this video on other channels. But please, subscribe, like, comment, share, click the bell for updates, and first and foremost, enjoy our Orthodox Library YouTube videos.